Lewis Hamilton and George Russell are at odds, and Mercedes tensions are rising as a result. When tensions between the British drivers rise, Lewis Hamilton's teammate George Russell isn't giving in to his arguments. The repercussions from Lewis Hamilton and George Russell's public argument threatens to continue at the Australian Grand Prix, as Mercedes is now facing the potential of a civil war breaking out between the two drivers. But to know the entire story, we have to explain to you the history behind this clash. Watch this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Russell, a racer from Kings Lynn, has vowed to stand up to his more seasoned teammate after Hamilton said he was fortunate to defeat him in Saudi Arabia because of a better car setup. Seven-time world champion Russell beat him in qualifying and took fourth place in the race in Jeddah, and he has been well off his best pace so far this season. The seven-time world champion finished fifth in the first two races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. Russell's improved performance was attributed to a different car configuration that Hamilton claimed he had received compared to Russell after the race. Nevertheless, Russell denied that assertion, saying on Thursday on Sky Sports F1, "I don't think there's any luck in it at all. It depends, in my opinion, on how well you are prepared for the occasion. I felt the changes we made overnight would be the proper course for the work we accomplished with the team, and I thought it would be superior to the setup that Lewis chose. Everyone has different tastes, but I was satisfied with the path I chose and the work I'm doing with the engineers." Meanwhile, Craig Slater, a Sky Sports F1 correspondent, claimed that Hamilton felt stung by Russell's unexpected pace advantage in Saudi Arabia and that he felt compelled to react. But Russell is holding his ground and won't concede that his fourth place finish over the 38-year-old was solely down to setup. As a result, Toto Wolff is now dealing with escalating hostility between the two drivers. After Hamilton's irritable response, Slater continued that Russell ought to establish himself and stand up for his own prospects. Russell edged over Hamilton at Interlagos to secure his first F1 victory, bringing home a 1-2 finish for Mercedes in Brazil. Hamilton hasn't won a race since the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Russell also hasn't won a race since. With Hamilton ending his worst season by finishing 6th, the 24-year-old became just the third driver to defeat his teammate in the Drivers' Championship as a result. Only Jenson Button and Nico Rosberg have accomplished such a feat in the 17 seasons Hamilton has competed in Formula One. If Russell wins the championship this year, Mercedes will face increasing difficulty. Although rumors about Hamilton's future with the team persist, he is already dissatisfied with the team's mechanical plan for the W14 and would not accept Russell being given priority over him. Button, who competed alongside Hamilton at McLaren from 2010 to 2012, supported the 103-time champion and said his position had some merit. Two of the drivers are fiercely competitive. Since this is George Russell's first season on the squad, he should be a big team player. Now that things are getting more serious between the two of them, he revealed to Sky Sports F1. They are competing against each other despite having a car that isn't quite ready. Lewis would undoubtedly retaliate against George tonight after the outstanding work he did in the previous race, but he lacked the balance he was looking for. Maybe he was right. Perhaps George was a little fortunate that the setup orientation they chose was superior. In conclusion, Russell feels that now he has completed a season, and let's not forget that 2022 was Mercedes' lone victory, is the right time for him to distinguish himself from Hamilton. Hamilton has a story of teammate rivalries, with Fernando Alonso and Nico Rosberg being the most heated. Teammate rivalries are nothing new in Formula One, of course. There is no disputing that Russell is the future of Mercedes, unlike the other two where he was a rising star at McLaren, or at the very least on a level with Rosberg. He also has a long-term contract with the Silver Arrows, unlike Hamilton. In each of the 3 races this season, he has outqualified his partner. His confidence is increasing, which could create Hamilton more issues the longer it lasts. Later on though, the young Brit ran into difficulty as a result of Toto Wolff, the head of Mercedes, making a bad choice. When the safety car came out and the Silver Arrows called Russell to the pits, they left Hamilton out. Wolff claimed that the call was inaccurate subsequently. However, as the race began, Russell was in P7, trailing Hamilton, who was in P5. Russell had put Hamilton through a stern test the year before. He is the third driver in history to defeat Hamilton while utilizing the same equipment. Instead of getting angry or cursing the team for making the wrong tactical decision and having to abandon a race due to reliability difficulties, Russell kept his composure during the post-race interview and won many people over with his friendly demeanor. But the host of the Red Flag podcast insulted Russell and questioned why he was behaving out after a difficult day. The host of the program also said that the young Englishman got into a fight at P7 and that the safety car incident and red flags made his day into a nightmare. The second presenter also makes a point about how he must be angry but is concealing it to appear polite. He's not upset, is he? The second show's host continued. He is quite nice and nonchalant about it. Furthermore, even if you covertly act badly, George would be considered to be the worst person ever in secret. I want those individuals shot, to continue. You get what I'm saying? Even if he feels that way on the inside, the sociopath nevertheless acts that way. Being that kind is just the better course of action. The starting position for Hamilton, on the other hand, appeared to be significantly different, which clearly made it difficult for the veteran, as the rookie reveals. His concept of a good car was completely different from mine. He had always had a car that could win the World Championship for 8 years previously. The Mercedes driver, who will begin his second season with the Silver Arrows next month, said. The W13 was therefore a major step backward for Hamilton, whereas this one was a step forward for me. I was considerably more at ease in the automobile because of this, Russell stated. Because of this, he was able to adjust the W13's qualities more quickly and effectively. Only later in the season, when Mercedes was able to fix the car's main flaws, particularly its tendency to bounce on straightaways, did Hamilton begin to feel more comfortable and finish second in 3 of the final 4 Grand Prix. Every facet of the issue is quickly covered together with the contentious remarks of both Mercedes drivers. Given that you now understand the whole context of the situation involving Lewis Hamilton and George Russell this season, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell's teammate for the Mercedes F1 team, according to Russell, get along well. But as the competition between the renowned Mercedes drivers continues, the weird relationship aura can be seen. Keep checking back for updates on this drama. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment below with your thoughts to support such original content. Thank you for watching.